I'm assuming you're here because you want to know how to scale a Facebook advertising campaign to 6 figures per month. You've come to the right place. I'm gonna break down the 5-step formula to the 6-figure scale. When I did my first 6-figure month, I wanted something that I could look at and always remember the achievement and the milestone I had reached. So I actually went out and bought this watch here. It's a 1998 Rolex GMT Master 2 Coca-Cola edition. And every time I wear this watch, it's just a reminder, success is waiting right there around the corner. You just gotta be putting in the work, investing your time in learning, increasing your knowledge, and ultimately improving yourself as an entrepreneur every day. So with this video, I am aiming to help all of you reach your first 6-figure month with Facebook advertising. I've broken my formula down into 5 steps that are incredibly important to any 6-figure scale. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. First up is the testing framework. There's a huge misconception that testing ends once you found a winning product, a winning audience, a winning creative. That couldn't be further from the truth. Testing is by far the most important aspect of a 6-figure scale. As you continue investing into your audiences and your ad sets, you're gonna fatigue your audience, which means people aren't gonna respond to your ads. Facebook's gonna start increasing your CPMs, your CPCs are gonna go up, your margins are gonna go down, and your results are going to start to shrink. In order to counter this, you need to have a testing framework set up to quickly test new audiences, new creatives, and bring them in to integrate with your purchase conversion campaigns. This is a topic that requires more than just a couple minutes spent on it. So I've actually broken it down in a video I'll link down in the description that covers everything you need to know to implement a testing framework. I went from having CPMs of $18 when I launched up to $40 when I was scaling. And then I started implementing the new audiences and creatives that I tested with my framework. And I saw the CPMs drop down to $12. It was mind blowing. My conversion rate shot back up to like 6%. And then I went from doing $4,000 days to doing $7,000 days consecutively. Step number 1 is implement a testing framework. And if you don't have a testing framework yet, I urge you to watch the video down in the description, study it, implement it, and learn how to test efficiently, as cheap as possible, and as quick as possible. On to step number 2. You need a solidified funnel. You can't expect to scale heavily to solely cold traffic. You need to know how to utilize warm audiences, hot audiences, and existing customers if you want to drive your revenue up to 6 figures per month. A ton of my revenue during my 6-figure months were made on the back end, from email marketing to retargeting, and simply knowing how to solidify my funnel. What do I mean by solidifying my funnel? You can actually break down your pixel analytics to see where you need to improve your funnel. You can measure customer retention from view content to the add to cart to the initiate checkout to the payment information all the way to the purchase. What you're gonna notice is most likely there's an aspect of your funnel people are falling off. If you're getting a ton of people visiting your website, very low add to carts, you'll be able to see this with your pixel analytics, improve your product page. Then once you have those add to carts increasing, you're gonna see a drop off from add to cart to initiate checkout. This is where you can improve the offers that you have, maybe the upsells or the discounts you have. Maybe you need to increase the urgency, or maybe you need to launch a retargeting campaign focused on those people that viewed the content and really getting them into the next phase of your funnel, which would be the add to cart. Ensuring every aspect of your funnel is optimized prior to scaling cannot be overemphasized. The first time I attempted to scale, I hadn't optimized my funnel. I lost out on so much money. Once you begin scaling, your margins are most likely going to shrink. So you need to ensure that everything in your funnel is there to pick up for those shrinking margins to ultimately drive higher profit. If you're interested in learning some more in-depth information on how to break down your pixel analytics, aside from what I just showed you here, I do have a deep dive tutorial on exactly how to set up these custom conversion events, how to analyze your pixel events, how to optimize your funnel, and a lot more. So I'll also link that down in the description. On to step number 3. As I mentioned, you're gonna be facing shrinking margins. And don't expect anything too dramatic. You might see profit margins go from like 30% down to like 24%. But you need to remember, when you're making $100,000 versus $25,000, that's still a lot more profit that you're making at scale with slightly lower profit margins. But how do you prevent profit margins from shrinking too much? The best way to do this is to improve your average order value. By improving my average order value during scale, I was able to take my return on ad spend from a measly 1.95 to 2.75. My average order value went from $37.99 to $58. This allowed me to scale much quicker than my competition, which ultimately let me take their business. And you need to remember, at scale, other people in this industry will have seen your ads. They will know it's a winning product. People are gonna jump into the space. So the quicker you can scale, the better. By utilizing an increased average order value, you're gonna be able to scale quicker, make more money, and achieve your desired results. What's the best way to increase your average order value? Upsells and lifetime value. Utilizing an app like discounted upsells is a must. You can either offer a increased quantity of the same product for a discounted price, or a very similar product that you know your customers will like. Even better, you can do both. Once someone's completed a purchase, make sure you have an email flow set up using something like Klaviyo to hit those existing customers with another offer. Email marketing is crucial, and it's often an overlooked aspect of running this type of business. Improve your average order value and improve your six-figure scale. On to step number 4. Step number 4, you need to optimize your creatives. By utilizing KPIs like watch time, 75% video viewers, 95% video viewers, click-through rates, and CPMs, you should continuously optimize those metrics by improving your creative. Whether that's rearranging clips, changing the 3 to 5 second shocker, making your call to action clear, or completely changing the marketing angle that your creative takes, you need to optimize your creatives. Ensuring your creative is ready to go viral is incredibly important. You want people liking, sharing, tagging their friends. Without engagement, there's no chance at large scale. Your costs are gonna be too high, you're not gonna have a good organic reach, and it's going to kill your margins. You should be aiming to create 2 to 3 new creatives every single week. Implement these creatives into that testing framework from step number 1. See which ones work well, and then integrate them slowly into your winning campaigns. If 2 to 3 creatives per week sounds like too much, I've actually used a service called BuzzScene. They create viral video ads for Facebook advertisers, and it's like $50. I'll link them down in the description if you're interested in checking that out. Ultimately though, having optimized creatives is what drives a six-figure campaign. None of these other steps matter. Focus on your creatives. On to step number 5. Step number 5, you need a solid Facebook ad strategy. The best way to scale at a quick pace, in my opinion, is utilizing campaign budget optimization. My CBO strategy looks like this. I analyze all of my winning ad sets by cost per purchase, CPM, and click-through rate. I then take 4 to 5 winning ad sets with similar KPIs and duplicate them into a CBO campaign. My CBO campaign has a budget of $100 times the number of ad sets in that campaign. So if I had 4 ad sets in the CBO campaign, my budget would be $400 per day. I then would wait 3 days before making any judgments on whether I should kill it. The reason I give it 3 days is CBO needs some time to optimize to sufficiently utilize all 5 ad sets simultaneously. The Facebook AI and algorithms are getting better day by day, so the amount of time needed to optimize might take less. After 3 days, if my CBO campaign has a ROAS of 2.5 or more, I up the budget by 25%. I then wait another 3 days and make this same type of analysis and decisions. I continuously up my budget by 25% whenever my return on ad spend is greater than 2.5 after 3 days. The reason I make sure my ROAS is above 2.5 is as you scale, you have to expect a drop in return on ad spend. If I have a return on ad spend of above 2.5, I can be very confident that the CBO campaign can handle this increased budget. If you want to deep dive in how to run a CBO campaign like this, I'll put the link down to my video in the description. Knowing how to run CBO campaigns at scale is really important to driving 6 figures quickly. The great part about CBO is it allows you to increase budgets at a much more efficient pace compared to duplicating and horizontal scaling. I also think that the improvement in Facebook algorithms and AI is only going to get better, which is only going to increase your results. CBO is the future. Facebook's made that clear. It's time for us to start adopting it. And I've successfully used CBO at scale, so I do recommend it myself. That sums up step number 5. Those are my 5 steps to a 6-figure scale. What I'll do is I'll link every single one of the in-depth tutorials in order by the step number in the description to make it easy for those of you that are serious about taking a Facebook advertising campaign to 6 figures per month. I hope you guys enjoyed this and really understand how I structure a 6-figure scaling campaign. If you haven't yet, please do me the favor of dropping a like on this video. I've been trying to give away course quality content for free to help all of you. Dropping me a comment with any questions, comments, or tips for the next videos It's greatly appreciated. Make sure to tune in for Sunday's video. It's the first Sunday video release I'm doing, and it's gonna be a great one. See you.